Salutations everybody, it is Maddie here today with a Bethesda news update. Over the weekend, Todd Howard did an interview with GameIndustry.biz, which I will have linked in the description down below. The biggest takeaway from this was that Todd Howard said that Fallout 76 doesn't indicate the future of Bethesda games. Let's see what this article had to say. I'm going to be using the IGN version of this as it cuts it up into a smaller section. Bethesda Game Studios head Todd Howard recently spoke with GameIndustry.biz about the fear that online-only Fallout 76 may indicate a shift away from single-player games Bethesda is so beloved for. It doesn't mark the future, Howard begins. Corporately, we've done a mix. People forget sometimes. ESO is one of the biggest online games in the world. We have Fallout Shelter, which we keep updating, and Elder Scrolls Legends. Anyone who has ever said this is the future and this part of gaming is dead has been proven wrong every single time. We like to try it all. For a long time, we wanted to try a multiplayer game, and we had this idea. We shouldn't be afraid, we should try it. So I have a couple of thoughts on this right away. Number one is that this is true. Bethesda Game Studios has talked for a long while that every single time they make a game, they have tried a multiplayer mode for it. It just happens to be that Fallout 76 was the one that stuck, which was originally Fallout 4's multiplayer mode. Furthermore, I agree with Todd Howard on the front that when people say this is the future and this part of gaming is dead, they are proven wrong every single time. When we look at God of War, how well that sold, how viewed it was on the internet, the global interest on a single player title, that alone speaks so much to how single player is alive and well. I could bring up 1,000,001 examples, but the point is that there is an agenda that people are trying to push. Now, corporately, Bethesda has done a mix. I think that they can give all the PR statements they want. With Fallout 76, the scenario is simple. We see that with Elder Scrolls Online, when it was established in 2014, they knew that ES6 was a long way off. That's why we're seeing so many spin-offs between Legends, Online, and the upcoming this year, Blades. Blades actually interests me. As someone who played it at E3, I enjoyed what was there. I have always been a defender of Online since Tamriel Unlimited dropped, and I've actually recently become hooked to Legends, so Elder Scrolls has received some decent spin-off treatment, and for that, the IP has become more popular. On top of that, it's also generating them a lot of money without falling completely off the map. The same approach is clearly being taken for Fallout, where Fallout Shelter has made Bethesda loads of cash. They are still going to continue to update that, and now we also have Fallout 76, which will be online only and get years, as Bethesda Game Studios confirmed, of DLC, which will increase that player base. I can imagine them implementing some light monetization methods, such as, for example, a Courier 6 Duster. I imagine Fallout fans would eat that up if it was purely cosmetic, while not actually breaking the game. So I think there is a lot of potential for Bethesda to make money, and it's as simple as that. There is an online platform here that will keep the Fallout IP alive while Bethesda goes on to work on Starfield, which will be out within, I'd imagine, the next few years, and then afterwards Elder Scrolls 6, which is most definitely next gen, and that'll be even more years off, so we won't see Fallout for a while. It's the same plan as Elder Scrolls Online and all of its spin-offs, and Fallout's going to be the next recipient of that. It's simply a business platform. And I know Bethesda's spinning it in 1,000,001 different ways, but that is just exactly how it is. I personally learned my lesson with trying to say like, oh, this developer shouldn't do that game. It was actually with recently Horizon Zero Dawn. I said all the time, no way the people who made Killzone, which is like an okay first-person shooter, could make a awesome, unique open world, an intriguing story, great surrounding cast. No way. But guess what? They did, and it was actually one of my favorite games of last year. And from then on, I was like, when a developer wants to try something, I think they should. Because if anything, a lot of people forget, these are humans working on the game, and you ever have that thing you just want to do, you just want to get out of the way, you just have to try it? I imagine this happens a lot in game development. Like, yeah, we don't really know how to make a multiplayer game, we haven't done that in the past, but we really want to try this. And you know what? For all it's worth, this could be good for the future of BGS, just so that they could say they tried it, learn their lesson, and move on. Perhaps there are multiplayer components in this game that could impact games that other people care about a little bit more, like Starfield or ES6. So take what you will away from it, but these are just my thoughts on what Todd Howard had to say in an interview with GameIndustry.biz. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Do fire away. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.